Hello, Kimberly Maskey here, founder of Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, and I want to talk about the biggest crime out there in publishing. This is big. I talk to spiritual authors all of the time, and it's a pretty amazing thing to be able to chat with them and talk about their experience and to see that they've created this, their baby, right? Their book is usually their baby. I know what that's like. I'm in the midst of mine. It'll be out in a couple of months. And when you create this beautiful thing that's your child, your book, and then you get excited and you've invested so much into it. You've invested time, you've invested money, you've invested all of this energy, and then it comes out and then it's like crickets and you're trying to figure out what happened. Like, where are the book sales? Where are the people when you have the book and you're ready to get it out there? Like, what happened? And so what I think truly is the biggest crime in publishing is that people are allowed to publish books without having a platform. This is huge because books are pricey. Like, there is a little bit of a energy exchange that's happening, and probably more than some realize. I think people think like, oh, I'm just gonna, write a book and publish it. And it's an investment. It is absolutely an investment in your beautiful and brilliant ideas. So books are incredible, and they also really set you up as an authority in your field. But I talk to authors, and it's just a shame to me that they have these books with this incredible content that can change lives everywhere, and yet no one's buying them. And no one's buying them because they don't know about them. That's the biggest thing. It's not like they're hiding them or they don't want them to be sold. It's just that nobody knows about the book. Their friends know, and maybe a few clients, and that's really it. And so the problem here is that people are allowed to publish books without having a platform in place. So what's the platform? The platform is your whole social media stuff, right? All the social media, all the places where your clients and potential clients can find you. And so what I find is it happens that someone has, they may have a Facebook page and they maybe have some Instagram or something, and then they publish a book and they're expecting to have some amazing thing occur, and it doesn't. And I got to tell you, even if you guys go to get the whole Amazon bestseller thing, doesn't really mean anything, doesn't really do anything. In fact, it's such an easy thing to do that it kind of actually really doesn't mean anything. And so to me, it's just the biggest crime that people are allowed to invest in their baby, invest in their book, and spend all of that energy and then have nothing happen. And not only just the energy of money that they've invested into it, but the time and the content. There are some amazing authors and writers out there, and the content that they're publishing is amazing. Like, I'm sure you guys, if any of you out there are authors, you can let me know. But you have content, you've got information that should be out there that people don't have, especially if you're showing people how to spiritually awaken, or you're sharing your story so that they can also share in your experience and make a connection. So when they're doing that with you, they're reading your book, there's so much there, but then only just a few people get to read it. And it's really a shame. So what's the solution for being able to have a book and have it get out there and actually have an impact? And the way you do that is by having a platform, by having a way for you to really have a tribe is what it is. How do you have the tribe that's going to connect with you at a soul level? I always say that your tribe is someone who has known you before, whether they've known you in a past life or known you in the past density or dimension, whatever that it may be for you. But your tribe has known you somewhere. These souls have connected with you before at some point in time, and they're looking to connect with you again. And what happens is that people write a book and they spend an amazing amount of beautiful energy and time into the book, and then it kind of falls flat. And it falls flat because they're not connecting with their tribe. And I truly believe that is the biggest crime out there in publishing, is that someone is allowed to do the investment in a book and then nothing happens and no one gets to read their book. And so the answer to that is to create your platform by finding your tribe, by finding the people who have connected with you before, that know your soul, and that will really benefit from the information in your book. Because if you are an author, I know how much time you're putting into it. I know how much time I'm putting into my book right now. And when that book comes out, like, I'm in a really beautiful position because I have built my platform. I know who my tribe is. I have a beautiful connection with my tribe. So I'll know that I'll be able to put the book out and people who should be seeing it will see it. So that's the solution. So now how do you do that? Because it's a big process. And really what you need is a strategy. You need a strategy for really connecting with your tribe at a soul level. And when you have that connection with your tribe at a soul level, they will find you, they will connect with you, they will understand what you're saying, and they are going to be the ones that are going to be reading your book. And that's the key, is finding that tribe that's going to connect with you so that you can get an energy exchange for your book and share your information. Because you have this incredible content in the book. People need that information. So you have to be able to get it out to those people. You have to be able to connect with those people so that it's the right people that are reading your book and reading your information. And then also being able to get an energy exchange for it. You're investing in your book. You're going to want to get an energy exchange, because I'll tell you what, most people who have books do not make money off of their books. They just don't. It's a process. It is definitely an investment to create a book. And if you're expecting to create a book and turn a profit, doesn't happen very rarely, unless you have a big marketing company behind you. But most people that are self-publishing or doing kind of a hybrid thing, you have to have a machine behind you. So if you don't have the kind of book that maybe a big publisher is going to pick up, you have to be able to have the machine. You have to be able to create it yourself. You have to have the platform that's going to allow you to touch the lives with the content that you've created in your book. So how do you do that again? Creating it, it is a whole strategy. That's what I teach in Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, that you can really connect with your tribe at a soul level. So when you create your book, you can get it out there to the right people. You can sell thousands of copies of it because you've made the connection with the tribe who wants to hear what you have to say. And then at that point, you'll even be turning a profit on your book, which is an amazing thing, which not a lot of people do. So I'll share this. I'm coming out with a publishing company, Spiritual Biz Publishing. So we will be publishing spiritual books very shortly here. Mine comes out in the next probably 8 weeks or less. And as mine comes out, then we'll officially be launching Spiritual Biz Publishing. And again, the whole idea is to be able to publish a book. I want to make sure that you can have success with your book. So having that success is making sure that you have a platform, which is really tied to Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, because you need to be able to truly connect with your tribe. So that opportunity will be there for you guys. So if you're an author with a book that you've self-published, you've been trying to get it out, you know there's amazing content, and you haven't figured out how to monetize that book, then this is for you. So I'm going to put a link above. It's the link to my Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, actually Spiritual Biz Success link, which is the webinar, the training, the free training that I offer for talking about a little bit about how I teach. You guys should know you're already in here, but if you want more information, there's a link at the end of that training that will allow you to book a call with my team. But if you're an author trying to find a way to actually turn a profit with your book, and a good profit, then this is where you need to be looking, because with just publishing and self-publishing, it's really difficult to turn a profit if you don't have your whole strategy in place. And I'll share with you that, one of my clients, he had a book and he had a podcast, and he was out there trying to make it all happen, and it really wasn't working. And then we were able to create his course. So what we do in Spiritual Biz Bootcamp is we create that course so that we can then show you how to tie the course and your book together so it all comes together. But it's about speaking to your tribe, which is the key part to it all. And then when you tie it all together, when you have the full strategy, then you can have a book that actually turns a profit and is changing lives, more importantly, because a lot of times the books go out, they kind of, people don't ever open them. You want to make sure that they're truly changing lives. And how do you do that? You're going to tie that to teaching them how to shift their life and how to shift consciousness. So if you're an author out there and you don't have, or you haven't been turning a profit on your book, and you're trying to figure out how do you monetize it, watch the free training above, spiritualbizsuccess.com, and then reach out, book a call with my team, and we can get you in alignment to be able to do that, so you can truly change lives, and your baby, which is your book, can get out there and really help people as it's meant to be, as it's meant to do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I should look and see if there's questions. Any questions? A bunch of people saying hi. Hello, Amos. And okay, Krista has a quick question. I have had many people ask me to write a book, but I have never had the urge to do that. Do you feel it's necessary to write one in order to elevate your business to the next level? You don't have to. So it's not totally necessary, but it does help because it kind of sets you up as an authority. And if you don't want to write one yourself, like pen to paper, there are people that will help you with that. So I have those contacts. You can ask. I have a couple of editors and people that do ghostwriting, because we've pulled together an entire team as we're launching Spiritual Biz Publishing so that you guys can be served at the highest level. But it's, again, not necessary. And if you're not feeling called to do it, then don't do it. It has to be a calling. So I've had my business for several years now, and I finally have the, yes, it's time to launch the first book. And I actually have 3 books coming out over the next year and change. But the first one will come out in the next what would be like 2 months, I'm thinking. It's 8 weeks thereabouts. So, so Krista, only do it if you're being called to. If you're not being called to do it, then it's not time to do it just yet. So, all right, guys. So again, if you're an author out there who has a published book and you haven't been able to turn a profit and you're trying to figure out what to do, the strategy that you need is Spiritual Biz Bootcamp so that you can be able to get your message out there and truly shift consciousness on this planet. And I will see you guys on the next video. Have a great one.